Hey guys, today I'm doing a curly hair routine and also a refresh routine every single day this week. So I'm gonna take you through how I refresh my hair the whole week up until my next wash day, which I usually go about 4 days in between my wash day, I would say. So we'll see how long we can make it with this style. This is how my hair is today. This is day one. This is wash day. This is when I deep conditioned. So if you want to see the steps that I did previous to this, I will put those other videos down below. I have one on how to wash curly hair, which shows you exactly how I wash my hair today. And then I have one on how to deep condition curly hair, and that I will put down below. Make sure you follow along with those first because that's what I did up until this point. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing first, I am fresh out of the shower with clean hair, and I actually have it up in my hair repair towel. But I like to keep my hair pretty soaking wet when I apply a gel. So my routine today is gonna be mostly focused for the summertime because it is so hot and humid today. It's like in the 90s, super humid. I'm gonna be outside. We're touring a winery today for a possible wedding venue. So I wanna make sure that my hair is gonna hold up throughout the day, and I want it to hold up throughout the week. So in order to do that, you wanna start with soaking wet hair. I find that that helps a lot with when you're using just a gel because it's a little bit stronger hold when you're applying it to wet hair, and then you can kind of shake out that crunch if you don't want your hair too crunchy. But I would recommend starting with pretty strong hold gel. I'm first gonna spray this Shea Moisture anti-breakage spray. This I've been using as a heat protectant. I really like it so far. It's kind of like a leave-in milk, so if you like a leave-in conditioner spray, this is a great option. I really like using a heat protectant if I'm gonna be diffusing. Then I'm just gonna apply the tiniest bit of Diva Curl styling cream to my ends, just such a small amount, and that is because my ends have been so dry recently. Even after deep conditioning, they're still really dry. I definitely need a trim. When they feel a little bit tingly, if you feel any of those little teeny one-strand knots or anything like that, then you probably need a trim. And whenever I'm just using a gel as my main styler, I like to add just a little bit of either cream or leave-in to my ends, especially if you're transitioning and your hair is drier, you'd want to do this first. So I'm gonna be sectioning my hair off, and this is the method that I showed in the last video that I did that was all about different curly hair techniques. So in that video, I showed a particular routine if you want really strong defined curls, and that is sectioning off your hair and using a Denman brush to distribute the product. So I'm first gonna section that under layer of my hair. I'm gonna brush through my hair to help get rid of any tangles and just smooth down any frizz. So now I'm gonna go in with the Dippity Doo Girls with Curls Jelly, and this is one of my favorite styling products because you really just need to use this gel. You don't even have to pair it with other styling products, and it holds up the best on my hair to where it's not too crunchy, but I can get great hold within the next days, and I don't have to do a whole lot to refresh my hair. So I'm gonna apply this section by section just by smoothing it down, brushing that out, and then I just pin back the sections I've already done until I get up to the top section of my hair. And this is pretty time consuming, so if you don't have a lot of time, I would just go straight in and apply your products like normal. But I did want to evenly coat every single strand. I wanted to make sure that I get everything coated with gel, even at the roots, because a lot of times my frizz comes from the root. So after I finally finish this, I'm flipping my head over and then scrunching it. So now that I'm done applying the products, I'm gonna actually plot my hair with my hair repair towel. This is just a cotton towel that has no fibers, so it's not gonna break off your hair or cause any frizz. So I didn't show the diffusing, but after I plopped it for about 30 minutes, I did go in and diffuse like normal. You've seen me do this in so many other videos, so I won't bore you through that right now, but I basically just diffused upside down to help with volume. And we'll see how this holds up. So I'm gonna be updating you every day this week. I figure with Memorial Weekend, I'll have more time to film Sunday, Monday, and throughout the week. I'll probably keep this style until about Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see if I can make it to Wednesday before I do just a really gentle cleanse and a restyle, but we'll see. I'll be taking you through every day. Hey guys, so it is day 2 after my wash day. Yesterday I talked about how it was extremely humid out and my hair actually held up pretty well throughout the humidity. But for some reason, overnight and in the evening last night, I really just went to crap and I don't feel like it held up very good at all. So we're definitely gonna have to do some refreshing. And I know I said that that routine should have been pretty long lasting to where I would have pretty strong hold, and usually it is, but you just never know with curls. I have some frizz, but I do still have like some good ringlets. It always looks good on camera, but if you look at it up close, you can see the amount of frizz that I have, especially underneath, because I had my hair up in a bun today. So it is currently midday and I've been just sitting around the couch, so I had it up in a high bun just since I was working and everything like that. But you can see underneath it's definitely getting stretched out right here just from being up in that high bun. So I was hoping I could show you just my really quick and easy refresh, and my hair still looks pretty good, where I just kind of take individual curls, add a little bit of water and a little bit of gel and just refresh those, and I usually don't have to diffuse if it's still looking really good. But when it's starting to look like this and it's really frizzy and starting to get stringy and stretched out, I pretty much have to do a full refresh. So I'm going to be wetting down all my hair. Hopefully I can still keep some of these ringlets that I do have going on, but I just don't feel like I can just kind of spot refresh. I feel like I need to do a full refresh. So I'm gonna first take my spray bottle. Okay, so now I got it kind of damp, but not too wet. And since it feels kind of like hard to detangle, like I need a little bit more slip, sometimes I'll take a leave-in conditioner or I'll use a little bit of Diva Curl styling cream, which I think I'm gonna actually use that because at least that can provide some more definition where I need it underneath and kind of add some moisture back. I'm gonna re-wet my hands, and it is totally normal to shed a lot when you're refreshing, and that's just because you're a lot of times pulling out those loose hairs that are stuck in your head throughout the day. So the way that I sort of detangle, I'm not like fully combing through my hair, which I do that sometimes depending on how tangly it is. I need a little bit more cream. So I don't lose that definition. Sometimes I will take the curl like this and just kind of smooth over it. Sometimes I will put my hand in there to detangle, but a lot of times I'll just kind of cut my hand over it like that and smooth it down. It just smooths down the frizz, and that keeps to where we don't mess up that curl or that ringlet that we got. So if there is an area that is not curling up very good, I'll just take my Denman brush. You want to make sure your hair is wet and it's already detangled. You can't really detangle with the Denman brush, and I'm afraid you guys are going to snap your hair off and stuff, especially with refreshing because your hair is not totally wet. So you don't want to brush your hair when it's not totally wet. So I'm going to get this pretty saturated. I've already detangled it with my fingers, and I'm just going to run that brush through a couple times to help encourage that curl pattern, because this piece did not want to curl very good yesterday. So we're gonna give it a little bit more encouragement. You can see those ringlets that form. I'm gonna give it a scrunch. This is a great way if you have problem areas to just quickly give them a little twist. Sometimes I do that here on the front pieces that get pretty tangly. So I didn't really detangle in the middle layer. You can see I still have some pretty good ringlets here. Those actually look really great, probably because they stayed more protected because they're on the inside of my hair. So I'm just gonna give them a little scrunch with a little cream on my hands. So I'm sort of just taking my fingers like this to where I'm barely pressing them in just on that top layer, just to kind of detangle, but I'm not fully pulling my fingers through my hair. I'm gonna just take a little bit of the Dippity Doo gel, about that much for my whole head, and just kind of smooth over that top layer. Okay, now I do like to spray a little heat protectant. This also works great as a leave-in, and you could use this to refresh. So to diffuse, I'm just using my Irresistible Me Onyx Dryer and then my Croc Diffuser. This is in my Amazon store. I'm gonna use hot air at first, and then I'm gonna switch to cold. So whenever I feel that it's getting too hot, like on my roots, I will switch it to cold and just kind of alternate back and forth. Okay, just got done diffusing. It usually only takes me about 10 minutes. So much better now that I diffused. Everything is shrunk back up. It looks a lot more defined. Hardly have any frizz at all, maybe just a little bit underneath. Only thing I'm gonna do now is just take a really tiny bit of gel on my fingertips and just smooth over the ends, because the diffuser tends to rough up the ends. I'm about to head out. It is so hot and humid. I think it's even worse than yesterday, so hopefully my hair holds up to where I don't have to do too much to it tomorrow. All right guys, so today we're not looking so great with this hair. I thought this week would go a little bit better to where I would actually have some good hair days where I don't have to do a lot of refreshing, but it's been so hot and humid this week, and yesterday I was outside in like a sauna, I feel like, when we took the dogs to the breweries. I mentioned on my Instagram story if you saw, and I ended up throwing my hair up because it was so bad I could not even stand to have it on my neck because it was like in the 90s and really humid. But my definition held up pretty good. Like I still have ringlets and stuff, but it's just super frizzy and just starting to get tangly with all the frizz, but it feels really soft. It's crazy how it's like the gel just disappears when you go outside. Like I'll have a good gel cast, and when I go outside, it's just gone and my hair is soft again. It's so frustrating. So quick little close up so you can see all this frizz that I'm talking about. And I do sleep with my hair in a satin bonnet, and it still looks like this. It's because of the weather yesterday, and this is definitely going to be a challenge this summer. I did ask you guys for your recommendations on a good stronghold gel for humidity on my Instagram, and some of you mentioned the Dad climate control one or anti-humidity one or something like that. I definitely want to try that out. I've heard great things. And then another sweet follower on Instagram also recommended trying out the Dippity Doo gel mixed with the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk mousse, which I have both of those, and I would never think to mix a gel with a mousse or like apply both, but I might try that today. To detangle, I think I'm just gonna use the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore Anti-Breakage Spray that I use as a heat protectant. You could also take a little bit of your regular hair conditioner, mix it with some water in your hands, and use that to kind of detangle. I am so bummed that this week is not turning out better. I was hoping I would wake up with decent curls, so I don't have to do a lot and I could show you that routine, but I feel like I never get to show you that routine. I'm really bummed that the Dippity Doo jelly is not working better. So my hair is feeling a little bit dry, so I think I am going to apply some of my Diva Curl styling cream. I didn't really want to use a lot of this, but I didn't use a whole lot yesterday. But I feel like I just need to add some moisture back. So I did kind of detangle at the roots right here, and that's because I want to get some more volume up here. I don't want to just smooth it down too much, so that's why I'm kind of running my fingers through up there. So I would say the difference with today's refresh versus yesterday is I did a lot more detangling, and I detangled at the roots to where now I can kind of run my fingers through, which yesterday I couldn't do that. I just kind of detangled the ends. But I needed to do that today to where I can get through the rest of this week, because if I were to have just kind of spot refreshed and not like fully detangled, it would be super flat at the top. So I am gonna try adding a little bit of the Curl Talk mousse, and we'll see how that does. Just gonna do a little bit, and I'm gonna work that through the hair. Wish me luck. I have never tried combining a gel and a mousse, and she said that she lived in Florida. So if this combo can hold up to the Florida humidity, it ought to be able to hold up to this Virginia humidity. I don't want to apply too much because I already have so much product already in my hair. I am gonna take the Denman brush and just create a few ringlets, not a lot. I don't want them to clump together too much, but I'm worried that my curls are going to kind of dry a little bit stretched out. That should also kind of help to smooth down frizz, but like I was saying yesterday, make sure that your hair is completely wet and detangled. You want to detangle first before you use the Denman brush. So I'm not going to spray any more of that heat protectant because I should already have enough in my hair from where I just used it to detangle. So I'm done diffusing, and I'm just shaking out my roots a little bit. It's easier for me to shake out my roots when there's more texture to them. Like I can feel the product on my roots, like my fingers are a little bit sticky. The curls themselves are a little bit more like piecey and stringy, not so like clumped. But they're pretty defined. I feel like I have a pretty good gel cast going on. I don't feel like I need to add any hairspray. Don't want to add too much product. Feel like I'm pretty much good to go and I have good definition. We'll see how this holds up today. Hey guys, so it is day 4 and my hair is definitely on its last leg. I'm kind of afraid to take my sewed bonnet off, so I haven't taken it off yet since I woke up, and I know that yesterday when I went to bed, my hair was not looking so great. This was like the worst week to do this challenge where I show you, my refresh every single day because it was so hot and humid over Memorial weekend. But I guess that's real life, so I still want to show you. I hope you still enjoy it, even though it's definitely like 4 straight days of bad hair days, but I'm kind of showing you how I would fix a bad hair day, so hopefully that's still helpful. So yesterday, as you saw, I tried to use the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk mousse and hoping that adding that would add some more hold to my hair, because like I was saying, I go outside and it's like all the product disappears and it's just frizzy again. It's really hard to see on camera, the frizz and stuff, but maybe if I zoom you in, this is what we're dealing with today. Lots of frizz and tangles, especially in this upper layer where I applied the mousse. The underside layer looks pretty good, but the upper layer is what's giving me trouble, and it feels very product-y with that mousse, which I don't like. Like I can feel texture on my hair. It feels kind of sticky on my fingers. But the underside layer where I didn't apply that mousse feels okay. So I definitely don't like adding mousse in. That did not work for me. I could see how maybe that would work on day 1 hair if I had actually styled my hair with using the Dippity Doo jelly first and then using the mousse like my follower suggested. And I think that probably would have been better versus me just adding in mousse when I already have other product in my hair. I just want to wash my hair so bad. So I think I am going to try to do a full refresh, just try to wet it down And when it gets really tangly like this, I'm gonna use the Main Choice 3-in-1 Revitalize and Refresh Conditioner. I mentioned this in some of the other days, but this is really softening and it's great if your hair feels dry. And with my hair feeling so producty, I just need something that's going to help really soften it and detangle. So I'm just gonna wet everything down. So I'm going to apply about that much to my hands. I'm gonna wet my hands too. And since this product can also be used as a co-wash, I think it's gonna help to kind of dissolve some of that excess product. It's a great detangler. Sometimes I use this before I actually wash my hair to detangle. Like I'll just apply this product all over before I get in the shower to wash my hair, and it's a great detangler. It just kind of softens the hair and it's not gonna add too much product buildup or anything. So I wet it down even more, and that's because I want to take my hair repair towel and scrunch out some of that product. So since I originally styled it with the Dippity Doo gel, I am gonna go back in with a little bit of that because I think with additional product in my hair, with just adding a little bit of this, it will give me a little bit more of a light hold. So I think it should be enough. I'm just gonna focus on the upper layer where, you know, this layer sits on top. So I want to get rid of the frizz up there. The inside layer doesn't matter as much. It's gonna help give us some volume. So I think I am going to scrunch my hair a little bit. So I'm gonna flip my head over and scrunch with my hair repair towel. And I have to be really gentle when I scrunch to not create frizz. So I'm kind of cupping my entire head and just squeezing up. Now with my head flipped over, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of the Dippity Doo gel on my fingers and smooth down some of the ends because the towel kind of removes that product, and I can already tell where the ends are gonna frizz up. Okay, so now we look pretty good, ready to actually diffuse. So I'm really surprised that my hair does not feel producty, I think because I used that Main Choice Revitalizer thing, the 3-in-1. And then I scrunched out the excess product. So it's almost like it gave it a little bit of a cleanse without actually having to wash my hair. So I find that this helps if you have frizzy pieces or frizzy areas after diffusing, is you can just wet your hands a tiny little bit, get some more of your gel or your cream, and you can just smooth over those individual pieces. Frizz is not too bad. I'm surprised with the amount of volume that I have. Once it's totally dry, I'll probably fluff my root. So that completes day 4 of this challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed me showing you every single day of the week of my refresh, and it was definitely pretty challenging. I hope you learned some tips on how you can actually refresh your hair when you're having a really bad hair day, how you can remove excess product buildup, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully this helped you out. Give it a thumbs up if it did help you out, and if you have any video requests, you can leave them in the comments down below. You can also check out my Curly Hair Care for Beginners playlist where I go into depth about everything you need to know if you're just getting started with caring for your curly hair, and I break it down in really simple and easy to follow steps. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I hope to see you back next week, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone.